You know what's wild? Selling your home in 2025 isn't the easy, cash flying, multiple offer frenzy we saw just a few years ago. In fact, it's tough. And not just logistically, but emotionally, financially, mentally. You might be trying to find a home that fits your needs right now, maybe more space, better layout, but you're stuck trying to sell your current home. And if you've got a family, a full time job, whew, that's a lot. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly why selling your home in 2025 feels like a challenge, and more importantly, what smart sellers are doing right now to come out on top. First, let's talk about the biggest pressure point most sellers are feeling right now: expectations versus reality. If you sold back in 2020 or 2021, or even just watched your neighbor sell, you probably remember how wild it was. Honey, the Johnsons just got 12 offers in 48 hours and sold for $80,000 over asking. Those stories were everywhere. And if you're thinking, well, that's what my house is worth too, I get it. But today, that market has left the building. Homes are sitting longer, buyers are slower to pull the trigger, and the same house that would have sparked a bidding war just 2 years ago now needs strategic pricing, prep, and patience just to get noticed. And a big part of that: interest rates. Buyers aren't just shopping for homes anymore. They're calculating long term affordability. Every percentage point on that mortgage chips away at their budget. So even buyers who want to buy your home might be walking a financial tightrope just to make it work. That means you're not just selling your property, you're selling a solution to someone's very real financial concerns. And if your house doesn't check the right boxes, they move on. And hey, let's not ignore the logistical chaos that comes with selling a home while actually living in it, especially with a family. You've got a teenager who treats their room like a jungle, a tween who's outgrown their space and keeps asking about, when are we moving? A dog who barks every time someone walks by the window, and two adults who are somehow juggling careers, school, schedules, dinner plans, and showings, all while trying to keep the house looking like no one lives there. It's exhausting, it's overwhelming, and it's personal. Because selling a home isn't just a transaction, it's a life transition. And when everything is shifting, your needs, your budget, your timeline, it's easy to feel stuck. You want to move forward, but you're not sure how to make it all come together. Here's the thing: you're not doing it wrong. You're just doing it in a market that's more complex than it's been in years. And if you're feeling like you're carrying the weight of it all, you're not alone. This is exactly why strategy matters more than ever. And we're going to talk about what strategy looks like in just a second. But first, selling your home in 2025 doesn't have to feel like it's a solo mission. Head over to gahomehub.com or check out the link in the description and download my free seller's playbook. Whether you're right here in Georgia or anywhere else across the country, I've got a network of trusted agents who can help you sell with confidence and not guesswork. They're just as nerdy about this stuff as I am, and that's a good thing. So wherever you are, let's get you unstuck and on to where you want to be next. So, how do you actually sell with confidence in a market like this? It starts with getting real about what's working right now. Not what worked back in 2021 when homes were selling faster than concert tickets. This isn't about wishful thinking or pricing based on your neighbor's Glory Day sales. This is strategy over sentiment. The strategy starts with one critical move: price smart from the start. I get it. That doesn't sound flashy. It's not HGTV headline material, but pricing is the first impression your home makes. And in today's market, that first impression better be sharp, because buyers are savvier than ever. They're not just scrolling, they're comparing. They're watching interest rates like hawks. They're calculating monthly payments down to the dollar. So if your home is priced even a little out of alignment with what else is out there, swipe, they're gone. Here's the myth. I hear it all the time. Let's price it high and leave room to negotiate. Sounds good in theory, but in reality, that just chokes your momentum. Instead of bringing in strong offers, you sit, you stew, and then you drop the price, at which point buyers start wondering, what's wrong with this home? Meanwhile, your days on market climb and your leverage gone. Now, flip that when you price right from the start. You create urgency. You draw in buyers who feel like your home is a smart move, not a stretch. And that's when you get showings. That's when you get offers. And that's when you get to negotiate from a position of power and not panic. And pricing smart doesn't mean pricing low. Don't get me wrong. It means pricing in that sweet spot where demand meets value, where buyers feel the yes before they even walk in the door. And once you've nailed the number, the next step is making sure your home looks like it's worth every penny. So stage like a pro, even if that means a little decluttering boot camp. Here's the truth. Buyers aren't just buying a house, they're buying the idea of a better life. That means your home can't just function well, it has to feel right too. And that feeling, it starts the second they walk through the door. Or in most cases nowadays, when they scroll through the photos online. But staging doesn't mean you need to hire a designer or spend thousands on furniture you'll never actually sit on. We're not going for the HGTV dream home. We're going for inviting, intentional, and move in ready on a real world budget. And yes, that usually starts with decluttering. Now, I get it. You've got kids, backpacks, Amazon boxes, three mystery chargers. You swear go to something important. This is real life. But when you're selling, you've got to Marie Kondo that space like your equity depends on it, because it does. Clear off counters, take magnets off the fridge, tuck away the pile of shoes by the door. You're not erasing your personality, you're creating room for buyers to picture their reality. Lighting matters too. Open up the blinds, replace dim bulbs, use warm, consistent lighting throughout the house. We want cozy, not cave. In furniture placement, it's not about how you use the space, it's about how a buyer will see it for themselves. Pull furniture away from walls, create clear walkways, and let each room have a clear purpose. The goal here is simple. Every space should feel bigger, brighter, and more welcoming. Staging gives buyers emotional permission to fall in love with your home. It makes your listing stand out online and gets more eyeballs on your photos and more butts through the front door. And when it's done right, it's one of the easiest ways to boost perceived value without breaking the bank. So, yeah, it might mean a few evenings spent boxing things up and a weekend doing a little furniture shuffle, but trust me, those small changes can make a huge difference. Next, work with someone who actually knows how to market to today's buyers. Spoiler alert, it's not just about putting it on Zillow and hoping for the best. That might have worked in 2021 when buyers were lining up like it was Black Friday at Walmart, but today you've got to do more. A lot more. Today's buyers are scrolling listings on their couch, on their smartphones, on smart TVs while they're half watching a baseball game. You've got seconds, literally seconds, to grab their attention before they swipe right past you and onto the next home. That's where real marketing comes in. I'm talking scroll stopping visuals, high quality, professionally shot photos that don't just show the home, they sell the lifestyle. Video tours that actually tell a story because buyers want to feel how the space flows, not just stare at still shots of empty rooms. Targeted exposure. Your home deserves more than a lazy post and a prayer. We're running ads. We're tapping into real buyer data. We're making sure the right people see it, not just anyone. And also polished listing descriptions because 3 bed, 2 bath doesn't cut it, and neither does ChatGPT. We're talking about benefits, not just features, the why it matters, not just the what it is. And here's the thing, your home is competing against every other listing in your price range and every buyer expectation built up from a decade of binge watching real estate shows. If your marketing doesn't rise above the noise, you will get lost in the scroll. But when it gets done right, when the visuals are tight, the copy is compelling, and the exposure is on point, buyers show up ready, emotionally invested, already picturing themselves in your space, and willing to fight for it. That is how you win in this market. Not by listing and waiting, but by launching with purpose. And that's where a good agent makes all the difference. Because if you're going to go through the stress of selling, why not actually get the result you want? Bottom line, selling in 2025 is tough, but not impossible. If your home isn't built for your life anymore, don't let fear or market noise keep you stuck. Let's have a conversation about it and what it looks like to sell smart right now. No fluff, no pressure, just facts, strategy, and a plan that fits your lifestyle. Remember, head to gahomehub.com today, get your free seller's playbook, and I'm Ben Dings. I'll see you next time.